Well, it's all happening in just a matter of days. I'm talking about on April 5th, radical leftists are going to take to the streets yet again to oppose Elon Musk and his Teslas and Donald J. Trump. And by the way, right now, this group that I am going to show you is actively scrubbing information off the internet that they don't want you to know about. The good news is we have some of those archived files. And the second thing, surprise, surprise, it's linked to George Soros in the aspect of open society, yet again funding this. And by the way, this organization reminds me of Summer of Love 2.0. I hope to God that does not happen again when they opened up the peaceful but not so peaceful riots that burnt down our freaking cities. Well, here we have yet again another protest happening. God forbid that it turns into something violent. I hope not. But either way, I think you should know about these protests because it has the very same earmarks of all of the other radical leftist protests. Now, before I dive into that, I want to touch base on yesterday's story. Yesterday, I revealed that Jeffrey Goldberg, the Atlantic editor-in-chief, came out and said, hey, I was in a chat group with Pete Hegseth and Mike Waltz and many others, and they were detailing plans about bombing the Houthi rebels. And lo and behold, just hours after they got bombed, and it turned out to be legit. And blah, 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 blah. So I said in yesterday's broadcast, by the way, watch it, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, by the way. But anyway, I said, I believe this is a big PR stunt by Donald Trump and his administration, that they allowed him on purpose in order that they could get the real message of why they went after the Houthi rebels and had to attack them, which the message was, we're hesitant on doing it, but we feel that we have to in order to save the planet and the whole 9 yards. So it kind of gave the message that I believe the Trump administration wanted the people to hear. And lo and behold, Jeffrey Goldberg, the sucker and loser fake news journalist, share that information. And today he came out, dropped a little more information on The Atlantic, and now he's calling it attack plans versus war plans because they weren't war plans. But here's the closest thing that he's dropped where it kind of gets details of when they're doing the strike. So in a nutshell, I'm going to sit on my prior whether or not Donald Trump's going to easily say that's not classified information. So it's a moot point. It's a big nothing burger in my opinion. Absolutely nothing. But I'm going to stay to my point that I still believe that it was a PR stunt regardless, and because of the fact that 2 executive orders were signed shortly thereafter, one of those requiring proof of citizenship in federal election, the other one being, well, the fact that he's going to declassify Crossfire, Hurricane, and all of that information. These are huge, and I believe that that story by the journalists served as a distraction. But before I dive into more, just a quick break from my sponsor. Well, Noble Gold Investments has just issued a major alert. Gold has surged 46% in just this past year, doubling the S&P 500 and NASDAQ. In fact, this isn't just another rally. Gold reserves are shifting right now and exposing cracks in the monetary system. In fact, investors are losing confidence in paper gold, and they are now demanding physical metal, which is creating a massive gap between gold that is owned and gold that is available. But this isn't about how institutions broke another system. In fact, it's about how you can profit from it. Right now, Noble Gold Investments has a limited supply of investment-grade gold bars and coins that are available. As banks scramble to fulfill their obligations, pushing gold prices higher, you can profit. Right now, smart investors are already moving into physical gold, and Noble Gold makes it easy for you to do the exact same thing. All you have to do is go to lisahavengold.com. That's lisahavengold.com. Check out the information on the screen, fill out all of that, and they're actually going to send you a free gold and silver investment guide. Better yet, if you want to talk to somebody directly, call 1-877-646-5347. You can see the number on the screen and let them know that Lisa Haven sent you. Because right now, if you make a qualified investment, Noble Gold is giving away, and I'm blow this up for you, this free 10th ounce gold coin with your order. This thing is absolutely awesome. But check it out today by going to lisahavengold.com or give them a call. With that, please do not wait to invest. I encourage you to do it today, especially in light of the economy. But if you want more information, click that more button if you're on your cell phone, or click the link in the description box below. And by the way, there's always a risk to investing. There's never a guarantee. So let's dive into this organization, which is called Indivisible, that has been massively covering up stuff and is planning this huge event on April 5th. So let's take a look at this article here on zerohedge.com. Anti-Musk NGO behind color revolution against Tesla. Mass deletes content off of their website after they were exposed. Revolutionaries at Soros-funded nonprofit Indivisible are scrambling to delete web pages after their cover was blown ahead of planned color revolution targeting Elon Musk and President Trump. The rogue nonprofit is part of the same network that backed the BLM color revolution several years ago, which unleashed widespread chaos and destruction across the country. Indivisible's mobilization comes amid a surge in domestic terrorism as far left activists have firebombed Tesla vehicles, supercharging stations, and showroom. Now, here is the nonprofit that they're talking about, and that is Indivisible.org. This is their website. And I wanted to take you back before I take you to their latest information, because here you can see that they were clearly involved with the BLM Summer of Love-ish 2.0 or 1.0 riots. And you can see this was published June 4th, 2020. Defunding hate means protecting black lives. So you can see, as according to that Zero Hedge article stated, this nonprofit is the same network that backed the BLM cover revolutions back in 2020, right? So fast forward to today. Here is their latest update on their website. And you can see hands off, National Day of Action, Saturday, April 5th. Trump and Elon think this country belongs to them. They're taking everything they can get their hands on and daring the world to stop them. On Saturday 5th, we're taking to the streets nationwide to fight back with the clear message, hands off me. I advise to stay away from the areas in which these are happening on those dates. I would clearly stay away. And in fact, there is a map of all of this. They have maps, and like here is Arizona. They've got one all over in Payson. They've got one in Prescott. They've got one in Phoenix, and it tells you the areas. So if you look up your areas and say, I live in this area, just stay away from that area. That would be my advice to everyone. But you could see how many of these are all across the country. I think a majority of these are going to be really, really small. I mean, by the way, wait a minute. They don't have a lot of support. I should have pulled up the article, but the Democrat support is faltering, right? They're not having as much support as they do. And as you know, protesters have been given money to go to these events quite often at these Democrat rallies. At least that is the rumor that we hear, right? There's actually been some quite a few evidence. You've seen people bust in. We have video footage of people at these protests in the past, not this one, but protests in the past where they say, yeah, I was paid to go to this protest. So I foresee that could very well happen again. And by the way, all the normal suspects, here's some of their partners. You might notice some of these names: Activate America, their Center for Common Ground. We have the CWA, Fair Share America. I've heard that one before. DEM list, Greenpeace, Move On. There you go. And then we also have SEIU, Third Act. So a lot of the Women's March are your normal partners on these radical leftist groups. The question is, let's dive into this group a little bit more. What information are deleted or is getting deleted, and where are they getting their money from, right? Because that's going to answer. And what, by the way, are they using this money for? Because there's an awful lot of money that they're getting. I wonder if they're paying protesters yet again. I don't know. Here we have a post by Natalie Winters, who, by the way, she's the co-host of Steve Bannon's War Room. journalist there, but she found this information. The wife of former U.S. Attorney Matthew Graves, who led the prosecution of over 1,500 January 6ers, right? His wife is on the board of Indivisible. Whoa, shocker. And this is her right here. And you can see the board. If I click on this, you can see the board, Indivisible, the website that I just showed you here. You know, they have the main page or whatever right there, and you can check out the different things. But you can see on that board, scroll all the way to the farthest to the right, you see Fatima Gross Graves, President and CEO of National Women's Law Center. And she is on their board of directors there, or their board, right? And you can see this little chart here that I have, and you can see Fatima Gross Graves. She is the director of the Invisible Project. Interesting to say the least. And by the way, that information has now been scrubbed from their website. If you go to their Who We Are, all you see now is about and our leadership, all gone. And that's all you see is just the one. So they've literally scrubbed pretty much the whole board from their site. Gee, Wally, could it be because she is linked to the same U.S. Attorney, Matthew Graves, who prosecuted all the January 6ers, and now she's on the board of Indivisible, promoting this protest across the country? Sure. But that's not all. Here's another little tidbit also published by Natalie Winters. Here's $7.26 million worth of Soros grants to Indivisibles since 2018 alone. The most recent financial report shows Soros funds comprising over half of all foundation grants. Just 23% of their donations were smaller donations. And here it is. Open Society Foundation, George Soros's baby. Indivisible got $3 million in 2023. In 2022, 1.135. Indivisible in 2021, $500,000, goes down a little lower in 2021. And then 2019, 1.75 million, all from George Soros's foundation there. And you can see the foundations make up 41%. 41% of their budget, and small donors a mere 3 million plus a little bit. That's it. That is it. Sounds a little sheepish to me. Now, what's interesting right now is, very unfortunately, there are a lot of attacks happening against Tesla, right? That the radical left is encouraging. Very sadly, these are violent things that are happening. And by the way, I know there are more conservatives and Republicans that are now buying Teslas. That's my daughter's name. Teslas. But mostly liberals bought Teslas and these electrical cars in the past. So it's almost as if they're hurting their own people for the most part. And it's really, you just take that as your role. It's really sad. But either way, Elon Musk has came out and accused these protests and saying that there is some involvement from some of these radical leftist groups. Here's Elon Musk. An investigation has found 5 Act Blue funded groups responsible for the Tesla protest: Troublemakers, Disruption Project, Rise and Resist, and he includes, there it is, Indivisible Project, and Democrat Socialists of America. Act Blue funders include George Soros, Reid Hoffman, Herbert Sandler, Patricia Baumann, and Leah Hunt Hendricks. Act Blue is currently under investigation for allowing foreign and illegal donations in criminal violation of campaign finance regulations. This week, 7 of their officials resigned. So rather intriguing stuff. And by the way, I don't care what side of the fence you're on as a Tesla owner, libertarian, liberal, Democrat, Republican, conservative, this shouldn't be happening to you, period. It shouldn't be happening. Just to give you an idea of how many of these, Forbes kind of wrote some of this down, Tesla protests and vandalism's surge. And you can see, and I'm going to go through these quickly, in Austin, Texas, there was a incendiary device that was discovered in a showroom. And here we have incidents with a group of people made gestures and dragged, basically keying, if you will, the cars. More than 80 Teslas were damaged with deep scratches and punctures to tire. 5 of them damaged in Las Vegas, set flames to them. 2 Tesla Cybertrucks caught fire at a dealership. More than a dozen shots fired at a Tesla dealership. But the list just goes on. 3 vehicles vandalized, 4 Tesla Cybertrucks damaged. Man catches himself on fire, unfortunately, and then also catches some of the parking lot on fire with the Tesla's dealers. 7 shots fired at a dealership. So this goes on and on and on. It's just really sad, and you can see all over the country, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down. But this is some of the acts that are coming out from these radical left groups, and it really, really is hard to take in. But either way, I really hope that on April 5th that they are peaceful. And here's the thing, I'm all for your protest. You're more than welcome to do that. I support that. No matter what side of the fence you are on, you absolutely have the right to protest, and protest at will. Where it gets fishy and bad is if it gets violent. Now that I am against 100%. Now go and protest, radical leftists, but don't get violent. We really don't want to see another Summer of Love 2.0. Anyhow, with that, please don't forget to get on over to restrictedrepublic.com. Look, we've got exclusive reports that we share on there just for you. We don't share them anywhere else. And keep in mind, the information on YouTube isn't free, even though they tell you it's free, because they control a lot of what is being shown. So get to restrictedrepublic.com, use the coupon code Lisa and the number 5 to get it for $5 per month. I really hope to see you there, and I hope you check it out. Anyhow, I'm Lisa Haven signing out. Love you all.